biggest thing I've learned in life is everything is in abundance and we already have it. You just have to sort of like claim it in that, proverbial universe. And I my only limitation has been myself.
Yeah.
And so many times, we often want to say, oh, everything's against us because we're a black guy in America. But I've been like, no, anything I've ever said I wanted, I got it at some point. And I usually get it at the point that it may not be exactly right when I wanted it, but when it does happen, I'm like, oh my God, it had to happen any sooner, or any later. It would have been a total like wrong time or a failure, or, there are times I wasn't prepared to receive what I was asking. So speak your existence or your desired existence or your wanted existence into your reality, because everything is out there for us to claim.
Yeah.
And it's just having the mindset and not letting go and not playing the victim, not seeing obstacles. Just go like, there's always a next right answer. To every no, there's a next right answer.
Yeah. I think that's how do I say? I think that is like the ultimate right answer that hopefully everyone gets to. I know it's easier said than done.
Yeah, it is. And being mentally flexible is the other big part of it.
I know. One of the biggest things that I'm trying to accomplish is like, I guess being the change you want to see, if you will.
Yeah.
But I know that
and it's hard. Like, Lord knows
it's easier here in Atlanta or in this area, though.
True. I think
if you ask me, I'm from Southern Illinois.
Okay.
So like, a lot of these things, it's just like, they're just not as accessible.
Okay.
And that's why I think that like, for you to be at this experience, I too have kind of gotten there, but it's always about like, okay, what did my journey look like to get there, and who was there to help me along the way. And that's why I think it's so important for older, black men in general, to see it actually can be done. But then it's like, what do you want? And I think that's usually
it's hard to admit sometimes what you even want, because it may not be status quo or popular at that time, but accepting you're good, you're bad, you're ugly, all of it is like manifestation of, okay, this is me, and these are the factors that I have to work with. And every time I've kind of gone for something that wasn't the most popular trend or direction to go, there's always community there when I get there. And it's there's community of just people in general that accept and like appreciate me for that achievement. And there's black community there too. Yeah. In every aspect.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, ultimately you would want all of us to look at individuals as individuals, right? Unfortunately, we do live in America, and then therefore it's rooted in so many things that are just not there. So therefore, that's why it's like, you got to start at the root. I don't think that black women are safe until black men have healed. I think that I think it's just a danger to people that look like us, because it's been going on for so long.
Agreed.
And we're not tackling it head on. And I think that we've also relied on black women to save us a little bit too much. And a lot of us have been like separated from each other, if that makes sense, to the point where like we don't really we talk about allyship and things like that, and we don't really have allyship with each other
within our own community.
And so therefore it really has to be like I should be able to go up to any black man and be able to help him get to the next step the same way that he should be able to help me get to the next step.
Correct.
And that involves, I guess, keeping our children safe, keeping our women safe, keeping our trans community safe, keeping like anyone that looks like me safe.
And I think a lot of it, I always look at the individual, because I have this weird concept. I don't really believe in the idea or term victim, simply because we so much of what we do, our decisions, land us in situations. So in a
karma,
it is with karma, like we spend a lot of time even wishing karma on other people, and that's a judgment, and that's not our place per the Bible. So it's a matter of, I look at my accountability first, regardless of every failure, achievement. It's like,
so you start inside.
I have to, because that's the only thing I can control. I can't control outside forces. So there's always going to be someone that's named me, someone that's against, any and everything that I go for. There's always going to be someone that supports me, and there's going to be far more people that don't give a damn. One way or the other. And and we look for outside approval and input too far off, just too often, I feel like. And so like my identity isn't how everyone perceives me, or how, if I wear a certain thing, or if I do a certain thing, or talk a certain way. My identity is my perception of me at that moment.
Yeah.
And it changes. And so how I feel today might not be how I feel tomorrow, but I've got to do the actions to fulfill how I see myself.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, it removes all options of anyone else having
Would you argue that's almost like a fake it till you make it kind of mentality, just said in a different way?
Someone you could argue that, but I would also say if I'm going for a job, I am going to celebrate that job and see myself in that position, see myself making that income before I ever get the third interview.
Yeah, and then would you not argue that that kind of has to be followed up from your wild imagination?
Maybe, but it definitely helps, change my vibration. It does change my actions.
Yeah.
I may not get that job, but I'm going to get another one in that caliber.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely, tried and true. It's if you, I think the idea of fake it till you make it is, and your integrity changes in that point. My integrity is consistent. But yeah, my actions may all definitely change, and to me that's growth.
Yeah.
It's not so much faking it. It's change has to happen because we're living. We're human beings. Our souls are living.
I guess, can I get an example of like what you mean by like your integrity changes, or like
if you,
because I always I kind of get confused.
It is.
Where does your integrity lie?
It's such a fine line, and it took me years to even be able to understand that myself. And for instance, a college classmate of mine, we nicknamed her the one-upsman, because every time anyone would share anything like what their family had.
Talking to you, Nick.
I don't know you, Nick, but be careful. But and there's always he always had to have something better, like a follow-up to it, and where he could exceed everyone. It's like, dude, it was a competition with him when you never entered one. But so they were definitely blatant lies, because it would make up stuff just to see what his response would be. His integrity was thin to me at that point, because he was more hell-bent on being better than everyone else instead of putting in the work to exceed everyone else. He would just sort of make up whatever lie he needed to
And you would consider that the fake it?
That's a fake it.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Like, I am who I am. I come from who I come from.
Gotcha.
That's going to always be part of my identity, and I'm proud of that, because if it weren't for my failures and challenges in life and trials, I wouldn't have learned the things that I've learned.
Yeah.
And not saying that I know everything, but if I had to die today, I'm happy with where I've been. I'm happy with what I've achieved, and I would be okay. I want a lot more.
I feel like a lot of this really just stems from your mom's ability to get you started to expand your your world at a very young age, if that makes sense.
Sure. When I look
shout out to her,
where she even came from, Summer Hill in Atlanta, that's a neighborhood. It's where the old Atlanta Stadium used to be. The Fulton County Stadium. And so, it's a neighborhood that's definitely had its challenges. It's grown, it's thriving now. But in the 50s, that's, you didn't, I won't say no one amounted to much from there, but you had your challenges stacked against you by far. And so she made the most of opportunities she was given. And I had a great upbringing. It was a single parent home, but I had as much attention, probably more attention, and everything that I needed as some of my friends with 4 parents due to divorce. And it's.
I always say that I think I hate to say this, I do think that I turned out better because my father wasn't in the picture.
Agreed.
I was there with him every summer, and my dad was a very gentle man with me and my sister.
Yeah.
But he also drank a lot, and so my mom doesn't drink at all. So when I would stay with my dad for the summer, I would see him drinking a lot, and there would just be habits that I never picked up on.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but it was a benefit of mine. But I also feel like I did lack a male influence that I wish that I just saw. Not what I thought a man was, but what an actual man is. To me, I feel like this is what a man looks like, right? From my perspective of just regulating his emotions and
showing vulnerability.
showing vulnerability, like being human. Honestly,
And I think we all, like, I even hear friends of mine that grew up in the house with their fathers, and
yeah,
to what you're saying, like how their fathers managed things is how they felt they should manage. And
yeah,
I didn't have the influence of, you know, I guess the toxic masculinity or anything like that. But at the same token, yeah, I'm thankful for it because I didn't see my mom getting beat. I didn't see her.
Yeah.
My mom didn't drink either. But it's funny you bring up drinking because she passed up liver cancer. And so it's kind of like,
sorry to hear that because
it's
so strange.
and that's the thing is, like, at that point I'm like, fuck, she didn't drink, but you know, she passed of something that typically an alcoholic would. And so it kind of made my understanding click at that moment. It's not regardless of what you do, but fate has its own definition, its own drive, and the timeline that we're on is not really up to us. You know, there's a greater God or divinity or whatever you believe in. And so that has a strong pull on the idea of what we have as free will, because I think we don't have as much as we believe we do. And so it doesn't matter if you go left, if you go right, you're going to end up being where you're intended to be, regardless.
Well, what's the difference, honestly?
There is a difference. Like, we kind of control the steps throughout the way, is to some point, but
You think so? Okay, maybe that's where we're different. I feel like I think that like there's no such thing as a mistake. You just do what you do.
no, I do believe that.
So therefore, I think that, like, not saying that you shouldn't think about it and you shouldn't, because I think that's like the beautiful part of it. I think that's a part of living it. But I don't necessarily think that there's a wrong way.
There's not really.
If you take it as the lesson it's supposed to be.
Agreed. Everything is a lesson.
Yeah.
Like, even this interaction.
I know.
Me walking back home, like, there's so much meat in every moment of life.
Yeah.
And I think we often forget that and take it for granted and only see, like, oh, darn, you know, I wanted to let him run for the ball for, you know, half an hour. But I said, oh my, I stopped to talk to this guy. That's only disservicing you, myself, everyone. But I'm going like, wow, cool. What a cool conversation I got to have. And look, it cooled down. And
I know.
when you change your perception and, you know, start to see, you know, everything has a purpose and a meaning, everything becomes like an opportunity.
Yeah.
It's just that much better. And
so
I didn't grow up with a father, but the only learning point that I've had that I don't want to say was a disadvantage, it made learning how to navigate relationships, intimate relationships, that much more interesting for me because I didn't have that model growing up. So I really got to write that script for my own adulthood. Because other than Hollywood, you know, I didn't really see what a couple looked like at home. My mom didn't date or anything in front of
my
me.
mom didn't bring men around. There's only one guy that she dated seriously in my developmental stage. One guy when I was younger, Alan, but they were short-lived. I really liked Alan. And then there's one guy that actually had the same name as me, and I was so mad because everyone thought he was my dad, and he and I just did not. And he was the only one. But other than that, I never saw her. She didn't bring like men around. So once again, like you, I kind of got to like, well, what is it? Well, what do I like about relationships? What what don't I like about relationships?
Agreed.
What do I see other people going through that I want to have?
Boundaries.
Yeah.
And it was funny because there's 3 guys throughout my life that she dated that I met. And I was very territorial and possessive of my mom. And my grandmother used to say...
that's the downside of being only...
I'm an only child. So
only child, single parent. Like, you definitely like...
that was my world and I was hers.
One parent. You already know you're short. You're conscious of that. So I'm short one parent. You're not taking my other one.
Exactly. And so I was not like mean to them, but I'm like, they did not win my approval per se. But it was also... They weren't about me. And so, like, and not so much that I was self-centered, but I'm sure I was a child. I didn't know how not to be.
As they kind of should be.
Yeah, and I mean, it's survival 101.
Yeah.
And so we learned to soften that over the years, but at that age, I was like, who are you? And so, I held my manners, but I just was not a fan. And, you know, none of them ever proved to overcome that, so because it wasn't their mission to. So, they were pretty short-lived as well. But in my adulthood, you know, there's a lot of heartache that I've suffered because I had to create that narrative for myself, so that could be a downside, but I'm hard-headed, so I don't learn until I really have to learn something. And, you know, those obstacle, those trials.
Would you say that, once again, going back to your imagination, do you think that because your imagination was so wild, sometimes you had to learn how to like hone it in?
Oh, by all means.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
career-wise, personally, yeah, I've always had to. I don't limit my imagination. I learned how to let it fly,
Yeah.
but let reality.
Yeah, you tailor to your environment.
You tailor it, and even in career and architecture, we do that.
Yeah,
that
that makes sense, yeah.
Theory-wise, I can design a whole city that floats and
Yeah.
is ideal, the true utopia, but there isn't technology to necessarily build and support all that. So I have to, rein it in and consult and leverage others and say, what is feasible, but all the while pushing everyone's limits.
Yeah.
Because it's exhausting. I exhaust
Yeah.
myself more than anything else.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one of the things I'm going to talk about in the future is for sure going to be like, is AI going to give us more time to like actually think, right? That's going to be probably the biggest plus that we'll get from it, because I think that I know that this is about reading, and I think that that's the most important part, because I think it's the fundamental part of like understanding what words can do.
And
Words are just imagination put on paper.
it's
How beautiful is that?
that is right. That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt right there.
Yeah,
But
it's
to
true.
that point, something that AI can do, take that phrase and you could prompt it to find me a company that like prints t-shirts and boom, that's money.
Yeah.
And so as I'm diving into AI, and I think you're kind of forced to.
Yeah,
at
you
this
have to. I
point.
think you definitely don't want to. It's like the cell phones, right?
Agreed.
Or the computers.
It's
Social media, cell phones,
I'm
computers.
sorry, that may be here because I'm.
Oh no, it's fine. It's I didn't even think about that. I'm thinking it's mine.
Yeah, no, it's.
Me and Carl have the same here.
Lord, I do buy our products.
Do you really?
We love some Carol's daughter, don't we? these
I knew you
these
smelled
tangles,
good, Carl.
yeah, these tangles ain't no joke. I don't know why he's playing. Why are you?
Carl just wants to show them off.
Yeah,
I get it.
he's definitely being shown.
Well, Brandon, I can't thank you enough. I think that Black boys definitely need to hear from you, Black men,
Thank
Black
you.
people. I think that this is a great conversation.
Agreed.
If no one's told you in a long time, I love you.
Oh,
I hope
thank
that
you.
You have
You as
a
well.
great life.
also.
If I see you again, that would be amazing. If I never see you again,
Yeah.
I will never forget.
Hey, I'm going to look for the podcast.
You should. Black Boys Guide. Follow us on Instagram.
Okay.
TikTok, it's Guide Black Boys. I think we had to do it backwards because somebody owns the domain.
Okay, yeah.
Coming for you.
Don't you hate that? It's
I
like
hate
how
that.
original I'll come up with an idea. I'm like,
And then
I
this
forgot that.
is the first series, so we're literally getting it kickstarted. So we just
Okay,
did the
cool.
second video on reading last week, and then we're gonna have some shorts coming out, and then
Okay, yeah.
this is probably one of the first videos that comes out with.
Well, I
street
look forward to
commentary.
see where you grow to.
All right, thank you.
Awesome,
so much.
thank you.
Brandon. Do you
Yes.
want a hug? I don't know if you're a
Of
hugger.
course, yeah, I'm sweaty.
No, it's fine. I just need the mic back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mind if
So I'll be at home and I'll be like,
Yeah.
what
What is this? Carl, any last words?
He's like, is it a snack?
Yeah, don't eat that, Carl.
Yeah, he's like, I'll go
All
for
right.
snacks. I'm sure he's mad. He saw the ball fetcher come out and he's like, hey, I need to be running.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, Brandon, it's been an
It's
amazing
a pleasure,
time,
and I hope you
seriously.
get some more people.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to aim for at least one more today, but it would be
Yeah.
nice to have 5. But
Yeah,
like,
it's probably time of day too.
Yeah.
As I'm being dragged over here.
no, you're fine.
But yeah, so hopefully later there'll be more people through the park.
You have a good one. So, I guess I should say it. It's me, Carlton Leroy Lee, and this is Black Boys Guide.
My people, self, my people, self, my people, self, my people, self,